अशोकराव माने इन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ फार्मास्युटिकल सायन्स अँड रिसर्च सावे, तालुका शाहूवाडी, डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोल्हापूर. टॉपिक डिस्कवरी ऑफ अँटीबायोटिक. प्रेझेंटेड बाय श्वेता पाटील. गायडेड बाय मिस्टर आझाद ढगे सर.
What are antibiotics? A type of medicine effective against bacterial infections only. A type of medicine effective against bacterial and viral infections. A type of pain relief. Antibiotics, also known as antibacterials, are medication that destroy or slow down the growth of bacteria. They include a range of powerful drugs and are used to treat diseases caused by bacteria. Antibiotics cannot treat viral infections such as cold, flu. This article will explain what antibiotics are, how they work, any potential side effects, and antibiotic resistance.
In 1910, salvarsan. In 1920, penicillin. In 1930, sulfonamide. In 1940, streptomycin. In 1950, bacitracin nitrofurans. In 1960, vacunomycin, streptogramin. In 1970 and 1980, fosfomycin, mupiracin. In 1990, daptomycin. In 2000 and 2010, no new antibiotics class discoveries.
Discovery of antibiotics. This phenomenon has been known. It may explain why the ancient Egyptians had the practice of applying a poultice of mouldy bread in injected wounds, but it was not until 1928 that penicillin, the first true antibiotic, was discovered by Alexander Fleming, professor of antibacteriology at St. Mary's Hospital in London.
How antibiotics were found. The discovery of antibiotics revolutionized medicine in the 20th century. In 19th century, infectious disease was a leading cause of death. In 20th century, infectious disease were responsible for only a small percentage of death in developed nations. Antibiotics consumptions continued to rise among the low and middle income countries in the recent year. Unfortunately, bacteria evolve rapidly and resistance mechanisms have developed and spread for every antibiotics in clinical use soon after its introduction. Some fear a return to a pre-antibiotic era because of the increasing prevalence of multi-drug resistant superbugs, the decreasing number of novel antibiotics to enter the market, and the departure of several pharmaceutical companies from the field of antibiotics research due to scientific, economic, and regulatory challenges. There is an urgent need for solutions that can drive rapid discoveries of novel antibiotics, especially those against multi-drug resistance, tuberculosis, and gram-negative bacteria, and community at required infections such as Salmonella sap, Campylobacter sap, and N. gonorrhoeae and H. pylori as prioritized by World Health Organization. Here I review past and current methods for the discovery and development of antibiotics and overcoming bacterial resistance. S. A. Waxman defined an antibiotics as a chemical substance produced by microorganisms which can inhibit the growth and even to destroy bacteria and other microorganisms. Today, the term antibiotics is used more broadly to include any antimicrobial compound. Whether of natural and synthetic origin, antibiotics inhibit bacterial growth by targeting essential cellular processes such as the synthesis of bacterial cell wall, DNA and RNA, and proteins. In 1909, Paul Ehrlich discovered the very first antibiotics, synthetic arsenic-based drug. Salvarsan in a large screen of hundreds of organoarsenic compounds for use in the treatment of syphilis. The next antibacterials to the clinically used were the synthetic sulfonamides or the sulfa drugs. Gerard Domack discovered Prontosil, a red dye, while experimenting with azo dyes against bacterial infections in mice in 1935. The sulfonamide groups was identified as the critical component in Prontosil, and this led to the synthesis of more than 5,000 sulfa drugs between 1935 and 1945. Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin, the first natural product antibiotic, in 1928. He observed that penicillin moles produced a diffusible extract that had antibacterial activity against Staphylococcus. Although Fleming performed several experiments in vitro, he did not test the extract against animal models, and penicillin was only used as a local antiseptic for many years. Florey and Chen elucidated the structure of penicillin, and in 1940 they showed that penicillin was active against streptococcus infection in mice. Following this discovery, penicillin started to be used systemically as an antibiotic, which then unheard in the golden age of antibiotics. In 1945, Fleming, Chen and Florey were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for their discovery of penicillin. Thank you.